All right, have and have not fans, here we are. This week is the week we've been waiting so long for. Not only will we have the explosive, can't miss, there are a lot of other words the narrator. The narrator has been hyping up this finale for the past month. I mean, explosive, basically there are a lot of descriptive words and adjectives used to describe this finale out of time. Let's just leave it at that. But I have so many videos to get done today, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully this video will actually be up before midnight. But I have about 16 videos I need to get done between now and Tuesday when the episode airs. But to be honest, if they release any more have not, or if Loving You Is Wrong clips between now and Tuesday, I'll probably have around 20 videos to get done. But in any case, this video is actually like a two-parter. It is basically, will Wyatt shoot blank? In this particular video, I'm going to be talking about George, and then I have another video I'm going to be talking about Mitch. I've already done enough videos already in regards to if he's going to kill his parents or the Harringtons. I don't think he's going to kill the Harringtons because I think David and Veronica are going to be too busy. David trying to convince Veronica that I'm not using you to not go to jail. I want to get back together. I was being genuine. And then she goes, are you wearing a wire? So like I predicted a few weeks ago, yeah, if Veronica does stop drinking, she's going to sober up enough to actually kind of put two and two together. Even though she hasn't figured out that David is playing her to eventually kill her, she is just paranoid to think that he is just using her to not go to jail. I think it's the best way to put it. And speaking of jail, we do know they've been indicted. So as Veronica stated, they could be arrested at any time. And let's just say theoretically, and honestly, this does make sense when you think about it. I would think that George would want to enact revenge against the Criers first because of the evidence stacked against them that, they were responsible for taking out one of his own, or one of their own, in regards to the DA, Jennifer Salison. So let's just somewhat maybe assume, and I'm just guessing here because it's a theory video after all, that George and a couple of cops go over to Catherine's house first to arrest them. Sure, you might be able to make the argument, well, Jeremy, maybe there are a few cops that are sent over to Veronica's place. That way, and maybe even David's house. That way they all get arrested at the same time. But George being George, I think he wants to just rub it in their faces. So I think he'll probably make special appearances at each location. But the episode is only but so long. But then this season has been good, but it's been kind of weird. Even going back into 2018 where sometimes episodes, and I mean episodes like maybe 3 or 4 episodes, drag out where it's only like a couple of hours past in terms of the storyline. But then out of nowhere, there'll be either an entire episode or a portion of the episode where they're just jumping from scene to scene to scene to scene. So let's just say, for simplicity's sake, we only see George and the cops go over to Catherine's house. Let's just forget about David and Veronica because they're too busy with their own scenarios. Let's just figure out that George is going directly to Catherine's house to get Catherine and Jim. I would say that we do know that Jim will be watching television. At least that's what it seems like. And I think it is safe to say that he is shocked because he sees news coverage of the White House, and Charles and Candace are both there. And then he's just out. He can't believe what he's seeing. Then there's a doorbell ringing or a knock on the door or something. And then he opens it, and then it's George trying to get him arrested. But then out of nowhere, Wyatt comes and just shoots. And in an attempt to get Jim, actually hits George instead. I will admit that wouldn't be bad. I'm not saying, honestly, I don't dislike George. It's just that he's a very weak version of Jennifer. I think Jennifer Salison definitely was more hardcore, and she acted under the laws, but at the same time she would bend them, but I wouldn't say to the extent that George has been doing, because if anything, Jennifer would kind of bend the rules, but at the same time not to the point where her evidence or any testimonies used would be flimsy enough to fail. I think George is definitely somebody who isn't, what's the expression here? Well, then again, he did say early in last year, you know, to Sarah, every time him and Sarah had a scene, I want to build up a case so strong that it's impenetrable. Nobody, especially Veronica, could counter that. And I'll admit, he took his time getting the evidence, but I think George began to falter when him and Sarah went over to Wyatt's place, and then he tried to convince Wyatt without saying it directly, your parents, you saw them with a gun, right, Wyatt? No, I didn't. Are you sure? And it's like at that moment, that's when I knew George is just throwing it away. Like he had a strong case, but now he's like, even Sarah called him out for it. George is just gasping at straws right now, and it's not really working, and you can tell he's going to lose in court. But him being shot, I could see it happening. I want to be honest here. I don't know if he's going to be in the upcoming season, because I don't believe he's that super active on social media in regards to behind the scenes stuff. So it would be interesting, you know, you have Catherine who shot Jennifer to protect Wyatt. Then you have Wyatt killing and shooting, well, shooting and killing, potentially killing George in order to get Jim. But for whatever reason, the gun went off wrong or what. I don't think that gun's going to go off the way he intended, because he's way too agitated and going through withdrawal. So I doubt that he'll be able to focus. I mean, even though we know he takes Catherine's pills, I don't know what kind of medication it was. Maybe it was after cancer medication. I don't know. Basically, it's pills. But in any case, I do think when it comes down to it, George might not make it. And it would be super ironic to have Wyatt behind bars for real this time, because what last time it was under the, hey, you left a man for dead on the floor, even though it truly was an act of self-defense. But in this situation, you're being arrested because you killed a man, shooting George right point blank. And if there are other cops there as witnesses, well, yeah, I don't think it's going to end up too well. And I don't know if Sarah's even going to be in the episode. I mean, could you imagine if, let's say, Sarah and George go to the front door? Then Sarah probably won't want to have anything to do with this because of the fact that, yeah, Jim, you said you're going to kill me. Oh, what if she gets shot? That would be ironic. It's like the death order was ordered out by Jim and enacted by his son unintentionally. So I think that if George gets shot, it won't be that much of a loss. But then that begs the question, who will be the next intern or DA to replace him, since he is temporarily in Jennifer's spot? Ugh, the bodies are certainly piling up. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And thank you all so much. There are a lot of people who sent me this request via DMs and comment section and tweets. So typically I'm trying to get really good and get better at giving shout outs and credit where credit is due. But sometimes if there's like 20 some people that send me the same idea, then I'll just, you know, hey, thank everybody. But if it's one particular person, like Queen Cat yesterday, when it came to the Derek video, then I'll definitely give you credit where credit is due. But thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to try to pace myself because I have so many videos to get done today. And guys, gear up, because once again, we have the haves and have-nots Tuesday night, followed by If Loving You Is Wrong. And then the next day, If Loving You Is Wrong is coming back for the second night of the 2-night season premiere. So as always, like, subscribe, comment, and I will talk to you soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.